Hey guys, welcome back again once again to another episode of Morrowind. The only thing I did off camera is I dropped some of the alchemy ingredients that I'm not gonna use. You know, I dropped them off here on the table next to my bed here in the Mages Guild because I currently do not have a home of my own. So I'm just using the Mages Guild as a base of operations for now. And I only dropped the ingredients that I don't currently really need. The rule I've set for myself right now, just because I can't really carry too many stuff, is I dropped off most of the ingredients that do not help me directly, meaning they don't, have the restore fatigue effect or the restore health effect. Those are the ingredients that I'm currently focusing on. So whenever I go to an alchemy shop, those are the ingredients I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna ignore the other ones until I can carry more or I have my own place so I can store them. But for now, I'm not gonna use them. Anyways, we did some missions for Ajira. Last time we went out and explored Balmora a bit, bought some ingredients and stuff to, advance our alchemy skill. Sadly, we lost a lot of ingredients because we failed so many times. It was quite sad, honestly. And today, instead of doing another Mages Guild mission, I think I'm gonna head out and adventure a bit, I want to head out and delve into a cave or dungeon. I mean, we passed many caves and dungeons when we did the mission for the Mages Guild for Ajira. And I believe there was one over there somewhere. And that's the one we're going to go to right now. As soon as I leave the city, I'm going to wear my my helmet again. I just have it lying around in my inventory. I kind of like role-playing a tiny bit. Not too much, but just a tiny bit. Add that extra flavor on top of my gameplay. And sometimes role-playing can, heavily impact your gameplay. For example, when you're role-playing that you're not wearing a helmet or your entire armor while you're in town. If you get attacked while in town, obviously it's going to be a bit harder for you to survive. And I like that because, if you play these games a lot and you know a lot about the games, any kind of challenge really makes it more interesting, adds another dynamic on top of the already present gameplay that you're used to. So right now, let's also pay attention to our fatigue so I don't, miss quite as often as you guys might have seen last time when I didn't pay attention to my fatigue. At least I survived that battle, but was a hard-won battle, right? It was pretty tough. Yeah, I believe over there somewhere there's like a cave that I passed last time when we went looking for the flowers for Ajira and the mushrooms too. Unbelievable. We went past this road like 2 times for Ajira. Could have done both of those things at the same time, but no. Ajira has to give us one task after the other. There it is. Okay, today we're gonna try and delve into that cave or dungeon, whatever it's called. I'm sure we'll find out soon. Yeah, I've picked everything up here. I've been very thorough with gathering for alchemical ingredients. Alright, let's see if I have everything ready. My magicka is almost non-existent, but, it is what it is. I'll have to do with what I have. I have some restore health potions, some fatigue. I'm not doing too bad. Not doing that great, but I'm not doing too bad. Also have a restore magicka that I can use. Some scrolls. Are there any useful ones for combat? Not really. There are some good ones to, run away when I get in a pinch. So that's good. Alright. What is this place? Paris Ancestral Tomb. Alright. Let's prepare ourselves. This is an ancestral tomb. Probably like undead here? There is undead. I probably should switch to my spark sword. Do I have it on number 2? Yes, I do. Alright. Yeah, you need, if you want to fight undead, I believe it's mostly just ghosts, but I might be wrong, maybe some Daedra too. You need either a silver weapon or an enchanted weapon, otherwise you do no damage to them. Apparently this door is trapped. Great. What is my lockpicking skill? Security. I forgot it's called security in Morrowind. It's 5. Oof. I don't know if I can disarm this trap. There we go. Actually, second try. That's pretty good. Alright. It's very dark in here. Let me use the lantern I bought from the store last time. Alright, let's charge up our weapon. Is there anyone here? Anyone here that wants to kill me? Oh! Alright. Man, the ghost is fast. Alright. Alright, nice, 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 nice. I was scared there for a second because we kept missing. He did get a tiny bit of damage. Not too bad, honestly. All in all, not too bad at all. Iron Dagger, you know, I'll take everything that I can. I need money. Ooh, exclusive invisibility. That is a very good potion. And restore fatigue 20 points for 5 seconds. Wow. And scroll of lesser domination. I don't know if that's gonna be useful, but the Book of Dawn and Dusk. The Book of Dawn and Dusk is a collection of sayings and aphorisms attributed variously to the tribunals and to their saints and servants. Many of these sayings have become common cliches of everyday life in Morrowind. The following selection of slogans will illustrate many of the simplest notions of the tribunal faithful. Speak none but good of the gods. We can have no opinions about truth. Rumors flow from the house of trouble. Count only the happy hours. No child has a sinner's heart. Let faith be your only way, your only law. Fear of the fool is the beginning of wisdom. CV in every hour. Walk always in the presence of your lords. Comfort is given. Justice is taken. Learn by serving. From the heart, the light. From the head, the law. That's a lot of, I guess, temple teachings. Shrine of Saint Valif. Would you like to donate 35 and receive a blessing? No, thank you. No, thank you. Might actually need that after this fight. Oh no. You got a skeleton archers. These guys are tough. And they do a lot of damage too. Hey, stop backpedaling. Oh no, did you see that damage? Oh man. Oh man. I'm gonna take 2 potions. Come on. Yes! Yes! That was good. That was good. Even though the skeleton did a lot of damage to me, I managed to survive that. That's very good. Alright. So, was that the last guy? What's in these urns? Okay, if they restored fatigue, I would have taken the bone meal. I definitely would have. Creepy. Just like the ancestors that are just buried here. I mean, they're barely buried. You can still see the bones in the skull and all that. Trap chest and a locked chest. Which one do I open first? Probably the trap one, I would guess. Right? Let's see if I can open it. Wow, my disarming skills are pretty bad and I still managed to open them. Petty soul gem, great. Alright, let's try and pick this lock now. Oh, here we go. This is gonna take a while, huh? Yep. Alright, you can do this. Nice! Nice. And overall, you know... Oh no, I'm over encumbered. Not really stuff I'd use, but I can always sell it. 19 and 13. I'm gonna drop the spear because it, you know, I can sell it for less. So So I guess we've cleared this tomb. Wasn't really anything that interesting in here. So we'll go back to Balmora because I'm already carrying too much. Sell this stuff and let's actually, after we sell this stuff, let's go and talk to Case Cascades, because seeing that we can clear this tomb definitely tells me that we're ready for whatever task he had in mind for us when we first came to Balmora. And he suggested that we should probably go, you know, sign up in one of the guilds to for one, get better acquainted with the land, which we did, you know, after those quests for Ajira and got lost many times. We did get, a bit acquainted with the land, with Morrowind. And also because now we can handle ourselves a bit better in combat. So I think it's a great idea. Let's go back to Balmora and sell whatever I found in that dungeon. Try and offload as much stuff as I can. And see where Case Cascades will lead us next time. Alright. Man, I still feel so sluggish even though I'm sprinting right now. I'm literally sprinting. Look at this. This is sprinting. This is walking. Crazy. I can't wait until my athletics go up very, very high. But then again, once I get to that point, I'll miss being this slow. You know, it's the progress. The progress is so good, in my opinion, in this game. I think it's just that a lot of people are too impatient, you know. They're used to getting fast and, moving very quickly or very fast in the newer games. So when they go back to this game and, moving around is kind of sluggish at the beginning, they lose patience very quickly. They lose patience, rather. Alright, so, I guess I'll go, you know what? I'm gonna sleep at the inn this time. Sleep at the inn, wake up, and then go to the store, sell what I can sell, and then stop by Case Cascades and see what he has in store for us.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Alright, I want a bed. Yes, 10 gold. Here you go. Thank you. Wait, where was my bed again?
I can tell.
Oh no, I didn't read. I should have read what she said. Another thing about this game, you have to read. It's probably this one because it says unlocked. If you don't read, you're gonna get lost. And even if you do read, you're gonna get lost. Okay? There we go. Alright, let's sleep. Or, let's sleep for 9 hours. There we go. What time is it? 6 a.m. Perfect. Perfect. Man, it's kind of cramped this room is. Do you have any more restore fatigue ingredients for me available, ma'am?
Tell your friends about
it has been a few days, right? I think 1 day to be exact. Yes, you do indeed. Excellent. There we go. And is there anything that I can sell you? You don't buy that item. Alright. Well, you know what? I'll give 11 gold.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much
Let's
time.
try and make some more restore fatigue potions. Why? Man, so bad. That is so bad. Alright. Let's go out and sell some stuff, I guess, because making potions keeps failing for me somehow. I mean, my alchemy is pretty low, but it's not that low, right? 20, okay, 25, yeah, that's pretty low. That is pretty low. Even for a minor skill, it's pretty low. Bookseller, probably sell most of my stuff at the armor because it's basically found a lot of weapons, mainly in the previous dungeon, cave. Dagger, there you go. Arrows. What else can I sell you? Not really that much. Wow, I really can't carry much. Because I'm not really carrying that much stuff and I'm already almost over encumbered. Should probably get rid of one of these weapons, I guess. This one weighs 20, this one weighs 18. But I want to reserve the enchanted one for dungeons like these, you know? So I should probably keep them. Man. Alright. This is really tough. Give me 85. Come on. 83. You cannot afford this transaction. Okay. My bad. My bad. I don't read. You should always read. I just said that earlier and I didn't read again. Wow. Definitely leading by example. Alright. Maybe the Revere, I believe? Yeah, maybe Revere has enough money. Revere. Also, ooh, it's probably because I sold all that gear to them. Man. I barely can carry anything. I really am over encumbered very quickly. That is definitely an issue I have to try and fix or find a solution for. I can buy a feather spell, but considering I have the Atronax sign, meaning that I can't infinitely restore my magicka by resting, I might, it might actually
Is there something you need?
work against me. Alright, let's sell you the chitin war axe, the longbow, the arrows, the dagger. Anything else? Is there anything else I can sell to you? No, I want to keep Sujamma. Sujamma is very good. I love Sujamma. Alright, I'm not gonna sell Sujamma. There's really nothing else. I'm not really carrying that much. Like I said earlier. Alright, give me 75. Deal. I just want to get rid of that stuff because it's weighing me down. Alright, Chaos Crusades. I believe it's in the opposite side of town. Right? Yes, I think so. Let's double check on the map just in case. Yes, I think so. Yes, alright, good. At least I remembered something. I'm sprinting right now. I'm not gonna walk all the way over there. Chaos Crusades. I wonder what task he will have for me.
You may speak.
Thank you. I was speaking. Not that anyone asked. Jeez, man. These locals. Can you believe them? Absolutely disrespectful. I mean, I do kind of look, I do ooze that a dangerous, person from outside of town entering their, basically their town. Alright. Up these stairs and all the way to that end is where Chaos Crusades should be. Let me double check what he said to me last time before I joined the Mages Guild. Spy Master Chaos Crusades gave me 200 gold to spend as I please, and he also told me to establish a cover identity as a freelance adventurer. He suggested I join the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild or Imperial Cult, advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on my own, get freelance work. Then, when I am ready, I come back to Chaos for orders. And I feel like I am ready now. I don't think the first orders I'm gonna get is gonna be anything outlandishly difficult. So with that in mind, hoping that Chaos Crusades, as the spy master that he is, knows how to train newbies, so to say.
Tidings, citizen.
Hello, Chaos. I think I can handle myself for the first task. What do you think? Are you here to discuss your orders, Fame, or is there something else you want? Yes, indeed. I want to hear what orders you have for me, Spy Master Chaos. Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasfat Antibolas at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the 6th house secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first. Probably an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antibolus and report back to me. Alright. By the way, Hasfat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And I have a few history books in here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. Alright. I definitely like history, I have to say. Personally, I love history, so I will definitely look into it. Hasfat Antibolus. Who is that? He's drill master of the Balmora Fighters Guild. He's lived in Morrowind all his life, knows the natives, and talks a lot with backcountry mercenaries. He thinks of himself as a scholar, and he's particularly interested in Dwemer runes and artifacts. I mean, who isn't? Let's be honest. The Dwemer are definitely an enigma that people are interested in, you know, solving. Alright, what is this Nerevarine cult? Some Dunmer believe that an orphan and outcast, a youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents, will one day unite all the tribes of the Dunmer, drive out the invaders of Morrowind, and re-establish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. They call this orphan and outcast the Nerevarine, and say the Nerevarine will be a reincarnation of the long-dead Dunmer general and first counselor, Lord Induril Nerevar. Alright. That's a lot of, that's a lore dump right there. That's a lot of information. So we have to, and you said there's like a secret cult, a Nerevarine secret cult. So basically there is a secret cult that worships this guy. Interesting. So what about the 6th house? A trusted informant says they're a secret cult associated with some strange events recently. And more importantly, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. What are the Nerevarine prophecies? The illiterate Ashlanders pass down their customs and history in the form of poetic verses. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? Like calling Ashlanders illiterate, yet they pass down their history in form of poetic verses. That, you know, seems like counterintuitive to me. Among the things they preserve in verse are the dreams and prophetic visions of their wise women, in particular the verses that foretell the coming of the Nerevarine, but I don't know much about it. That's why I'm sending you to find out. Something about an orphan, outcast, like born on a certain day to uncertain parents. I remember something vaguely about this when I was, you know, brought from the Imperial City to Morrowind while in the boat. I had like some strange, you know, strange dream or something like that. Weird that, you know, you mention it now. Alright, so Morrowind history. Jeanette Sitte's little book is a good place to start. I have a copy here. Take it. You might also look for On Morrowind, the Imperial Province by Ermanwe of Sunhold. A short history of Morrowind has been added to your inventory. Alright, sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. So just talk to Hasfat Antibolus. Is that it? War of the First Council. Nice. Nice. Double nice. Double nice. I knew we would get a long case. I knew it. Alright, let's check this book out. Short history of Morrowind. Led by the legendary prophet Velef, the ancestors of the Dunmer, exiles from Altmer cultures in present-day Somerset Isle, came to the region of Morrowind. In earliest times, the Dunmer were harassed or dominated by Nord Sea raiders. When the scattered Dunmer tribes consolidated into the predecessors of the modern Great House clans, they threw out the Nord oppressors and successfully resisted further incursions. The ancient ancestor worship of the tribes was in time superseded by the monolithic tribunal temple, theocracy. and the Dunmer grew into a great nation called Risdane. Risdane was the last of the provinces to submit to Tyrus Septim. Like Black Marsh, it was never successfully invaded and was peacefully incorporated by treaty into the Empire as a province of Morrowind. Almost 4 centuries after the coming of the Imperial Legions, Morrowind is still occupied by Imperial Legions, with a figurehead Imperial King. Though the Empire has reserved most functions of the traditional local government to the ruling councils of the 5 great houses. Now this is a lot of stuff. In the Third Era, 414 Vardenfell territory, previously Templar Preserve under Imperial protection, was reorganized as an Imperial provincial district. Vardenfell has been maintained as a preserve administrated by the Temple since the Treaty of the Armistice, and except for a few great houses settlements sanctioned by the Temple, Vardenfell was previously uninhabited and undeveloped, but when the centuries-old Temple ban on trade and settlement of Vardenfell was revoked by King of Morrowind, a flood of Imperial colonists and Great House Dunmer came to Vardenfell, expanding old settlements and building new ones. So that's the island that I'm in right now. If I remember correctly, Vardenfell is the middle island surrounded by, the mainland of Morrowind. So I guess this island was closed off from, anyone else but the locals. So it was kind of like Japan, I guess. Japan had like a trade ban, and, if you know a bit about Japanese history, they banned trade and contact with the outside world for many years. This is kind of building off that same aspect, I guess. The new district was divided into Redren, Hlalu, Tilvani, and Temple districts, each separately administered by local house councils or temple priesthoods, and all under the advice and consent of Duke Dren and the district council in Ebonheart. Local law became a mixture of house law and imperial law. In house districts, jointly enforced by house guards and legion guards with temple law. Man, this is a mishmash. So basically, Morrowind has been butchered up and sectioned into parts, and each faction is given control over certain parts of Vardenfell. Is that how it works? Imperial law enforced in the temple districts by ordinators. The temple was still recognized as the majority religion. Worship of the 9 divines was protected by the legions and encouraged by imperial cult missions. The temple districts included the city of Vivek, the fortress of Ghostgate, and all sacred and profane sites, including those blighted areas inside the ghost fence, and all unsettled and wilderness areas of Vardenfell. In practice, this district includes all parts of Vardenfell not claimed for Redren, Hlalu, or Tilvani districts. The Temple stubbornly fought all development in their district and were largely successful. House Hlalu, in combination with the Imperial colonists, embarked on a vigorous campaign of settlements and development. In the decades after reorganization, Balmora and the Escadian Isles region have grown steadily. Caldera and Pelagiad are completely new settlements, and all Legion forts were expanded to accommodate larger garrisons. Interesting. So House Hlalu basically, accepted the Imperials and is actively working together with them to, basically expand their territory and advance society, I guess. And the temple is more like reserved. They want to keep tradition and prevent the other great houses from, gaining control of more areas so that they can keep those places more isolated, I guess. House Silvani, normally conservative and isolationist, so basically same as the temple then, has been surprisingly aggressive in expanding beyond their traditional tower villages, disregarding the protests of the other houses. The temple, the Duke, and the District Council Tilvani pioneers have been encroaching on the wildlands reserved to the temple. The Tilvani Council officially disavows responsibility for these rogue Tilvani settlements, but it is an open secret that they are encouraged and supported by ambitious Tilvani magelords. And a lot of politics going on. Under pressure from the temple conservative, House Redren has steadfastly resisted expansion in their district. As a result, House Redren and the temple are in danger of being politically and economically marginalized by the more aggressive and expansionist Halalo and Tilvani interests. Interesting. So House Redren is also more traditional, I guess. They are more similar to the temple than the Telvanni are, I guess. The Imperial administration faces many challenges in the Vardenfell district, but the most serious are the Great House rivalries, animosity from the Ashlander nomads, internal conflicts within the temple itself, and the Red Mountain Blight struggles between Great Houses, temple, and Imperial interests to control Vardenfell's resource could at any time erupt into a full-scale war. Ashlander raid settlements, plunder caravans, and kill foreigners on their wild lands. The temple has unsuccessfully attempted to silence criticism and calls for reform within its ranks. The most serious are the plagues and diseased hosts produced by the blight storms sweeping out from Red Mountain. Vardenfell and all Morrowind have long been menaced by the legendary evils of Dagoth Ur and his ash vampire kin dwelling beneath Red Mountain. For centuries, the temple has contained this threat within the Ghost Fence, but recently, the temple's resources and will have faltered, and the threat from Red Mountain has grown in scale and intensity. If the Ghost Fence should fail, and hosts of blighted monsters were to spill out across Vardenfell's towns and villages, the Empire might have no choice but to evacuate Vardenfell district and abandon it to disease and corruption. Damn. I was kind of on the fence of completely reading this book, but I'm glad that I did. So much information. Actually, I don't think I've ever read this book, ever. And I'm glad that I did, because there's so much background information, so much stuff going on, you know, extra lore that explains what's going on in the world. That makes it definitely worth it. So thank you for that, Chaos Cascades. I would read this one too, but I think I'm gonna bore you guys too much. Let me know in the comments, do you guys want me to keep reading these books whenever I come across them? Or are you like, nah, just play the game, we don't want to, you know, hear you read a book out loud. What are we, like 7? Are we trying to sleep? Are you like reading us a sleepy time story? Let me know, guys. I'd like to know that. Alright, so I have to go to the Fighters Guild and talk to Hasfat Antibolus. What a beautiful name. If that does not sound like a disease, I don't know what does. I believe I know where the Fighters Guild is. It's right next to the Mages Guild. The Mages Guild should be right around this corner. Right around this corner. Right? Yes, there it is. Alright, let's see what you have for us. Asfat Antibolus. Antabolus? Is it Antibolus or Antabolus? I'll say Antibolus, it sounds better. Sounds weirder, which is good. I'm actually looking for Hasfat. Do you know where he is? No, I do not want to join the Fighters Guild. I might at some point, but I don't, you know... When I play these games on my own, I join all the guilds, you know, with one character. But since I'm playing this, making a YouTube video, I want to roleplay a little bit, so I'll be more strict with the restrictions for my character to make it more believable and more challenging.
Speak freely.
Laenia Amisulisus. Amiulisus. Here you are, Hasfat. Good day, Fame. So you're with Chaos, eh? And Chaos wants information. Of course, there is a this for that involved. I require a favor first. Then I'll tell you what you want to know. Figures. Alright, what is this favor? There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Arking's Hand. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back the Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what you want to know. Arkenthand? The old Dwemer ruins at Arkenthand are extensive on the surface and underground. Head south out of town past the Silstrider port, then cross bridges east over the Odai River. At the signpost, head north towards Caldera. Immediately on the right, see a signpost for Molagmar. Turn right and head uphill on an old road to cross an ancient Dwemer bridge over Foyada Mamea. The entrance to Arkenthand is on the east side of the Foyada, south of the bridge. Turn a crank on a pipe nearby to open the doors. These directions never cease to amaze me. Thank goodness that we did a mission, well, 2 missions for Ajira. It took us to the Foyada Mamea, so I kind of know where the Foyada Mamea is, so this should not be as hard as it sounds, at least not for me. Alright, interesting. What is this Dwemer puzzle box that you want so badly? The little cube I'm looking for is about the size of a fist, maybe a little bigger. It will be made of a coppery metal, with a circular design and symbols on one side and some lined marks on the other sides. That's all I want, that little cube. I mean, sounds good, I guess. Alright. Right, as I said, get me the Dwemer puzzle box from Arkenthand and I'll tell you what you want to know. Sounds good. Alright, so we will do that next time, guys, on the next episode of Let's Play Morrowind. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you next time.